All right, what is up, everyone? It's Tuesday, February 10th here. This is the Sharp Money live stream sponsored by NoVig. Just myself today. I don't really have any industry news. So we're going to mostly be doing a lot of betting, which people probably prefer than talking some industry news. But if you are unfamiliar with NoVig, it is a peer-to-peer betting exchange, and they typically have the best price on pretty much any market. So definitely check them out. I use them all the time. We're going to be placing bets on NoVig today. I already have a bunch already out there. But if you haven't signed up for NoVig, it's available in most states. Anywhere that a sweepstakes book is legal. And if you sign up using the link below and the code SharpMoney, you'll get 10% off your purchase up to $100 back. So if you deposit $900, you'll get $1,000 to kind of play with. So an extra free $100. Jason, what's going on? We'll talk about the Super Bowl as well. As a Pats fan, I'm sure some people are curious on my take there as well. So maybe we'll save that for a few more viewers when people want to talk about the Super Bowl. Kind of boring if you weren't probably a fan of either team, but we'll get into it later. Quick, I just need to do so this year. I mean, I'm having a hell of a year to start up $12,000, 5% ROI. This month, I'm pretty much break even. Last 4 days, I've lost 4 days in a row. Super Bowl hit me pretty hard. The whole weekend kind of hit me hard, which kind of sucked. But overall, very, very good year. And yes, we're going to talk about the new features on the Plus EV tool and on Alpha. We added a ton of stuff in the past week since we were last on here. So we'll go over the new Sharp Money features probably before we actually get into any bets. So that's a good idea. Let's start with that. So the recent rollout of I should have wrote this down as a list, but because there's a lot to talk about here. The recent rollout of Sharp Money features includes a lot of filter stuff. So if you go into our advanced filters is where it's all hidden. So go to your settings. Why is my settings page working? I'll refresh this page. Well, the first thing we added was this pause button. So we're in a continuous loop of it, like auto refreshing every 30 seconds or so. So you could pause it and then go down and read a chart. Oh, you know why? I'm logged into the wrong account here. Hold on one second. Let me log out of this account and log back in. Give me 1 second. Anyway, I guess we can talk about the Super Bowl a little bit while I'm waiting here. But Pats didn't show up at all. It was really ugly. Kind of got the doors blown open, which probably a lot of people expected. I thought we would compete a little bit more. I mean, our defense looked rock solid the first half. They gave us a lot of opportunities. I mean, the real difference between this game and all of the other games that we played throughout the playoffs is that we didn't force any turnovers. Now, Sam Darnold couldn't do anything in the first half, and he had a lot of questionable passes. What led us to the Super Bowl was those passes. Them kind of paying for those passes, but unfortunately, we did not get any turnovers from them. So that was basically, I think, a big reason we lost. Obviously, the offense didn't move the ball as well, but the defense played so good early on that we should have had a good chance to win that game. They were rushing 4 on us and dropping everyone in coverage. They were getting a lot of pressure with those 4 pass rushers. Odds and mayhem and being able to be in coverage just absolutely killed us. All right, let's see. I'm on my settings now. Yeah, O-line had a bad day. Yeah, they rushed 4 the whole time, and they were bringing in a ton of pressure. It was crazy. No one was open. Drake May didn't move in the pocket as well as he normally does. It was just to win that game. Seattle was the more skilled team, probably in both ends. Or actually, maybe all 3 phases of the game. To be honest, even their punter had a great game. Their special teams had a good game. We needed to be at our best play, and we did not bring the best play. Pause button on Signal plays quickly bounce from that page. Yeah, I mean, the Signal plays move a lot quicker than the EV plays. But if they're gone, if they're removed from the screen, you don't want to play them anymore because the value has changed. So I don't necessarily know if it's a good idea. The only reason that we put the pause button on the EV tool is because you often read charts and then they disappear. So remove hard rock as well. All right, so the first thing that we implemented was the pause button. I personally don't use it. I deal with. I got to set all my filters back up here, I guess, because it's not showing correct unit size. I just deal with the screen moving on me just to get the most up to date stuff. But all right, so the second thing we added was the odds range. This is pretty simple. Most EV tools are going to have this, but you can set your odds range to see your bets. If you want to see only bets that are in the minus odds, you can set that. I leave it full range minus 200 to plus 200. You can now filter out to any date. So if you want to just see today only, which is usually what I do now that football is gone, probably today only is fine. But if you want to see today and tomorrow, you can click that as well. So I'm going to leave it on today only. I don't want to see tomorrow's plays. And then you have your minimum EV and your pinnacle limits, obviously. So I usually keep my pinnacle minimum limits at $1,000. So what else we added was in the settings page, we added this bankroll management page. This allows you to enter your bankroll, which I don't know why it got deleted. So I'm running at a $25,000 bankroll. The recommended stake, I want to see that in dollars. And then we have two different ways that you can set up how you want to see, your bet. So for the Plus EV tool, you can either do it to see the to risk amount or to win amount. Personally, I would just do to risk, and then I would use half Kelly, or if you want to, flat bet. I personally like flat betting. I like to win, I would want to win 1 unit. So if you change this to risk, then every play is just going to show you to bet 1 unit. But I want to win 1 unit. So if it's a minus 150 play, I want to be betting 1.5 units on it to get my flat. And with the EV tool and the line movement charts, I don't use Kelly because the EV percentages are definitely off of what, if you can read the market, you don't need to go off of the current EV value if you think your play is going to gain value. And then for Signal, I also do, I just do, 2 win. And then, I'll set this at 1 unit as well. So to win a full unit. So I'm kind of flat betting both the EV page and Signal. That's just how I like to do it. I'm not someone who's very limited. I'm never going to get down my full unit, but I try to. So that is the bankroll management. That's how you set that up in your filter settings. And then we can go in here and we can see now it's telling me how much to bet based on my flat bet. So since this is plus 116, I would risk $216 to win my unit, which is $250. I think that is all the updates. The next thing we're working on is probably getting tennis markets in here. So we're working on getting tennis up and running. Especially with football ending, it's nice to have a new market. So that should be within a week or so that we'll have all the tennis markets up, and that'll be sweet to have. I absolutely crush tennis. I haven't bet tennis in a while because we haven't had it. But if you go to my all-time charts and look at tennis, EV betting tennis is awesome. Let's see. Tennis, I'm up almost $10,000. I think my ROI is just ridiculous. 8% ROI on about 1,000 bets, over 1,000 bets, and crushing FanDuel, which is nice to see as well. If you guys have any questions about the Plus EV tool or any recommendations, whatever you want, throw it out there. More comments on the Super Bowl. Happy to field those comments. It's your time to beat up on a Patriots fan. You don't get to do it too often. Yeah, tomorrow's NBA slate is going to be crazy. I'll be up early getting Math Wins projections too. If you have the alpha package, make sure you're up early getting the projected plays by Math Wins in our Discord. He handicaps plays. Dude is an absolute animal, one of the best handicappers I know. Whether you're limited better or not, you're still able to get down a ton of money, especially on like FanDuel, and then post on the exchange. This is all time me just tailing someone else's picks, which If you guys know me, like I don't tail anyone's picks. I like to use my own logic and everything. But I've been working with MathWins for years now. Very smart dude, has a very good track record, and the results speak for itself. So I placed almost 500 bets with him. Over 10% ROI is just insane stuff. He's absolutely crushing it this year. He's up over $50,000 betting just mostly his NBA props and everything you can find on Alpha. He's an animal. Speaking of Signal, we got anything going on here? Bunch of Hard Rock. I need to get rid of that. Hard Rock odds were down earlier today, so I had that on to look, but nothing great there for me to look at. All right, so tons of NoVig, which we knew would happen. Let's start. So no FanDuel, so that's what I like to look for first. I'm going to pull my Pickett history up so I know what bets I already have today. So I can quickly scan for the games I have. Eastern Illinois, Western Illinois. The line is moving towards the over. Pinnacle is going towards the over with their odds, and so is the recent mainline trend. So this is an easy skip. I guess I would just, I don't want to hide that. Yeah, I guess I'll just hide this bet. I'll hide all the ones I don't want. Lakers, odds are kind of stable. It's a 3% edge. Recent trends have been up, but the last movement was 5 o'clock. So we're having an hour and a half of kind of stable lines with a 3% edge here. Lakers plus 12.5. I don't hate it. I'm already on Spurs quite a bit. Spurs -7. Woo-hoo. Look at that value. Spurs -7. 21% edge to the best available. So I hit that on NoVig earlier today. I mean, dude, I could set myself up for a real good middle. So I'm at with $300 total dollars staked on Spurs -7.5. I might jump on this Lakers plus 12.5 because I feel like this market's stable right now, and I have a huge middle opportunity. If Spurs win by 8, 9, 10, 11, or 12, that's a big opportunity. This is plus money as well. Let's see what we have for available liquidity here. All right, nothing's there. That bet moved, so we're not going to touch this. Baylor plus 2.5. I do like this one as well. Recent movement from about 1 o'clock has been down towards Baylor. All the main markets agree that this should be Baylor plus 3. We're getting it plus 2.5 or plus 115. That's kind of your value right there. Giving up a half point for 15 cents of value. So I like that. Let's check the Baylor game if I have a lot of money on this one. I got to be careful too because I have Polymarket as well. And that's not synced to Pickett. So I don't think I have anything on Baylor. So Baylor's clean, so I can bet this. We can talk about signal results too now that I clicked on that page. So we could bet this one. Baylor plus 2. The edge is good enough to play kind of a stable market. So Baylor plus 2.5 plus 116. It's only $21 there. Plus 115 is also good. So I'm going to take it up to plus 115. We're going to check out what the unit size is. So I should be betting $216 here to win my unit. So we'll hit that for 216. Baylor plus 2.5. Plus 115. Not like a crazy good trend in this market, but it's kind of a stable market. We're getting closer to game time. We're only 20 minutes out, so I don't think this line's going to move too much. These limits probably aren't going to get higher. We're at $7,500 limits from Pinnacle. I really like this play a lot. There's a decent amount of liquidity at plus 115, so I'd grab that too. So Baylor plus 2.5. I think this is a good chart to talk about just because this is something that I wouldn't play early in the day, but because the limits are so high, It's close to game time. This market's not going to move much. I think this is a really good play to take, actually, especially with the high EV value here. You know, the exchanges are full of sharps, but I don't think anyone is pulling off 4% edges right before game time for college hoops. If you can win 4% right before game time, you're ridiculous. Here's Lakers plus 15.5. Like I said, we were trying to get on this Lakers one earlier, but it moved on us. Maybe I'll do a quick scan of the market. So it looks like maybe if I want to get more positions on the Lakers, I'm going to try it on Caesars. Lakers plus 15.5 minus 145. This bet almost acts like almost like a hedge opportunity and a slight EV opportunity at the same time. So I like this a lot. It creates a huge middle for us, for me. Question is, how much money can we get down? Brayden, what's up? We're doing good. All right. Why can't I bet this? Why won't the link work? They might have moved it. All right. What about DraftKings? How much can I get down on DraftKings? That line moved as well. Okay. Those lines are moving quick. So we're not touching that. BYU Baylor over. Actually, we can look at this Fordham play first. Market's moving towards the over. Recent odds been towards the over as well, though. And that bet cleared too. That's why maybe I pause it and move to the bottom of the page. I like this play. It's very small EV, though. North Carolina minus 1.5, plus 104. Very stable market. Let's see what the liquidity looks like here. If it's not plus 106 now, I'm going to take it. I'm going to take UNC minus 1.5 plus 106. It's a slightly EV play. Not a good market trend, but we're right before game time as well. So I'm going to take my value on the exchanges right before game time. I don't like touching the exchanges too far out from game time because you see a lot of sharp action early in the day. But when it comes to later in the day, I think you're safe when you're betting right before game time. So here's your Lakers on Fliff here. So I'm going to try to log in on Fliff and getting this Lakers bet. I've been trying like hell to get this Lakers bet in because we have Spurs minus 7.5. I would love to hit Lakers for a decent amount as well and create a good middle. Lakers plus 13.5. All right, so I max bet it on Fliff. Nice. So we created some really good middle there. Lakers plus 13.5 minus 110 on Fliff. And then I have my earlier position today, Spurs minus 7.5 with some insane value. So we're basically hedging without giving up any expected value because we are on an EV play with a stable market, and we created a massive middle. So risk goes down, reward goes way up. Got Lakers on Hard Rock at 15.5 as well, or plus 15.5. Damn, probably had an alternate line there. Nice. Clippers, Rockets over 216 plus 123. Another small EV bet with the market mostly moving towards the over. We see Circa sitting a half point lower than Pinnacle. 7.5K limits, though. It's pretty high limits. Let's see what this looks like. Over 216. So a lot of liquidity backing it. Few $1,000s. I'm just going to skip this one. Yeah, we haven't really done too much search on the MLB originator for alpha. I think we're really going to try to just get the signal bot working very well for MLB props. There's a lot of I mean, like if we can automate it, it's probably going to give us most of the plays that cappers would send out. And finding an originator is like nearly impossible, to be honest. And someone that you can trust and someone that has the correct history, it's like nearly impossible. We pretty much only trust ourselves, and we would never put out an originator putting plays if we didn't trust them. So I mean, it's just too difficult to find originators unless we do it ourselves. And originating MLB is like just so hard to do. So hopefully the signal tool just absolutely crushes MLB props. But that's probably the way we're going, to be honest. BYU Baylor main lines are shooting towards the under. Definitely skip that one. Purdue money line, definitely not Purdue money line. If you see Nebraska pop up, you're probably good to take Nebraska. It's on the North Carolina play we already hit. We take MGM out of here too. I don't really use MGM. So Pittsburgh plus 15.5. I'm already on the Duke spread, and this one doesn't look great either way. So we're going to skip Pittsburgh. Baylor plus 3. We just took that one. Brain says, damn, I thought you guys were going to hire me. Here's some recent steam. Miami, Florida versus North Carolina, which is not good because we just bet North Carolina. I think this is steam. Pinnacle is at Miami minus 102. Circa has it plus 100. Bookmaker has it as a coin flip. What did we just bet? Did we just take North Carolina and then just get steamed right in front of us? Yeah, I took North Carolina minus 1.5 plus 106. And it looks like the market just dropped. So looks like I'm on the wrong side there. If I hedge out, I create a little bit of a middle. If UNC wins by 1, I would lose both. But I have plus 107 on that side of the line. And I'll be getting plus 108 here. So I don't hate that. The probability of it landing on UNC minus 1 is very slim. So let's do it. We're not really middling ourselves here. I'm not going to pass up a EV bet with steam. Since we already have the other one, I'm going to put a little bit more than a unit on it so that we'll be rooting for this play a little bit more. So kind of got crossed up there. Definitely don't like that, but it happens. Kind of hedge out of that one as well. Suns. Market's been moving towards the Suns all day. We see a little buyback here and a little back down. Only 1% EV play. Overall trend line looks good for Pinnacle. But Circa recently raised up to 8 instead of 8.5. So we're not going to do it. We're not going to buy the extra half point for plus 5 cents. Another unstable market. We see it moving towards the under and then but recently back towards the over. Purdue, Nebraska. We're looking for Nebraska plays. We don't want Purdue. LSU money line. I think that one was a good one. Yeah, LSU money line is solid. Plus 185. Really good odds movement here. Let's check. I have LSU. I think I might have took LSU on Poly Market. Let's see my bets. No, I don't. So where do I have LSU? LSU +2. Good on Kalshi. +2, +140 odds. Looks like I got my full unit down there. So probably nothing I want to touch on LSU money line. Kalshi's been amazing. I just started using it kind of earlier this year, but 18% ROI, 43 and 34. They're getting good value on a lot of these. Yeah, I mean, a lot of these plays have really good value. So definitely going to continue hitting Kalshi, but if you aren't signed up for Kalshi, you definitely should be. No plays for him right now, but I've been hitting him quite a bit. Lots of taker fees, unlike NoVig, but we do calculate the taker fee into it. I'm adding Polymarket in here because I must have removed them from my filters somehow. A lot of MGM signal plays. Who yesterday the people in the Discord were talking about MGM raising their limits. Like everyone had their limits raised. I mean, I'll double check again, but I'm pretty sure I was at like $3 max bets. Under 17.5 minus. I mean, if they let me get down, you gotta log in here. But did anyone have their limits just randomly raised on MGM? Like people were max betting player props who had like accounts that were down to $1. So check out your MGM accounts. I don't have that phone with me. All right. I can't check my MGM account, but you guys can. So there's your LSU money line at a slightly better price. Richmond money line. I already have this on Pauly. That bet is moving towards the under. This bet is moving towards the over. Pacers under, kind of moving towards the over as well. San Jose State plus 11.5. Kind of stable market here, a little up and down movement. Might play this one. You were just recently limited. $100 unit better. Yeah, I had a long run on MGM before they just like absolutely destroyed my limits, but I was able to get down like $100 to $200 on the main lines for a long time. Oh, main lines got bumped? I'll try with main lines later. This is the one we want. Rockets minus 9.5 on Polymarket. Oh shoot. We don't have spreads for Polymarket in the United States yet. So only money lines. That's unfortunate. Oh, we don't even have totals either. So I'll go to my advanced settings and set this up so I don't see these for Polymarket. So flip off the global. Really cool advanced setting feature here where you can, for every book, you can toggle in and off whatever you want to see for that certain book instead of just broad filters. Very advanced filters here. So Polymarket, don't show me the point spread. Don't show me the total points. I only want to see money line. Hopefully in the near future, I can change that. But for now, we only want to see money lines on Polymarket because, and here's a Florida. We only want to see money lines on Polymarket because they only have money lines right now for the U.S. Oh, I only changed NBA. Point spread, total points, college basketball. There we go. Now it's gone. Now we see just the money lines. Nice. Rhode Island, George Washington. Nothing going on too good there. Fordham at St. Joseph's, kind of like this one. This one starts in a minute. Overall market's been moving towards the over. Looks like books are consolidating. We see Pinnacle move down. Pinnacle has been stable. Pinnacle has this at minus 110. We're getting plus 110. Sorry, Pinnacle has it at, Circle has it at 36. So we're paying a half point for 10 cents. I mean, I like this. We'll take it. It's only because it's right before game time, so the market shouldn't move on us. So $227 at 110 would be my play. The over is gone. 107 is the max bet. Fair value is 108, so I'm not touching that. Clippers, Rockets. Here's another over. Market's been moving towards the over recently. It's only NoVig to Pinnacle, though. And Circa has a set a little bit lower than Pinnacle for their main line, so going to avoid that one. This market's moving the wrong way. Moving the wrong way. This market's kind of up and down. Pinnacle, another one where they're kind of leaning more towards the under than the other books. So also one that I would kind of skip. Was I able to get this Rockets playing? Rockets minus 9.5, 108. Doesn't look like it. This play looks great. Rockets minus 9.5 plus 108. All right, $1,000 worth of liquidity here. Good looking stuff. So it's a $231 bet for me to win my unit. Rockets minus 9.5 plus 108. This is a really good play. Good chart. We see Pinnacle go to $20,000 limits. We see it get bought from plus 19 down to about plus 101. So, we're in this range here where people were buying it at plus 108 and moving the market down for Pinnacle. Bookmaker is sitting at minus 110 for this line. So looks pretty solid. Circa has us at minus 9. So we're paying that half point, getting 8 more cents. But Pinnacle and Bookmaker are showing us value here. So I'm going to take it. Pop over to Signal and see if there's any plays. We'll look at the Signal results page too. So we're running real hot the last couple of days. We basically launched February 1st, and the first week we were kind of flat. February 1st to like the 6th was like really flat. We were up a little bit, like 1%. And then the last couple of days we had a nice breakout, brought us back to close to our 5% ROI long term here. Rockets minus 7 must also be really good. Any Rocket side is definitely great right now. But yeah, we pulled ourselves out of a nice little hole there. So Signal is absolutely crushing it. Like I said, if you're betting Signal, you're not going to grab every single play, but the ones you do grab should be pretty damn good. I'm still running so hot. I know we have a lot of members that are still down using Signal, but I mean, I'm still at a almost 8.5% ROI, up over $6,000. But I have been flat for the past week or so. January 30th to now, I'm only up a couple $100. So definitely been flat recently. But my main books, I mean, FanDuel is the main book that I make money on Signal with, up almost 10%, $4,000. And if you're not sure what Signal is, I talk about it most of the streams, but it's a SharpMoney product that's only available in the alpha package. And this is the page. What it looks like is there's no line movement charts. There's no nothing. All the logic is baked right in. So if you see a bet pop up here, you just bet it. You don't even think twice about it, which makes betting very easy. But these plays move real quick. Rockets -7.5 was also called out. Very nice looking chart. This is so solid. I grabbed the -9.5 for some plus money, but preferably I would rather take the 7.5, take up the win percentage a little bit. Let's see. We looked through most of these plays. Arizona State. It's a new one. 9 o'clock game time. 3K limits. This is a nice one, actually. I'll talk about it in a second. Let me see if I have Arizona State already. I think I might. All right, so I have Oklahoma State against Arizona State, but this one has value. So what was this play? Arizona State -3.5. So really setting myself up for a middle here, even though this is an EV play. I'm already on an EV play, so I'm probably not going to touch this one. But this is a play that I would probably take Arizona -3.5 plus 110 if I didn't already have a position that I felt pretty good about on the other side. Just because here we see that Pinnacle has this set at -2.5. Meanwhile, Bookmaker and Circa have it at -3. And the DVIG is only to Pinnacle because they're the only ones that currently have this number available. So you're getting the DVIG to the book that has them at 2.5. Meanwhile, the other books are at 3. So this makes it a pretty solid play. Iowa State versus TCU. Iowa State looks like the side to be on. I already have Iowa State -9.5, but it looks like I was only able to get $50 down on FanDuel. Scratch that. Got $200 down on FanDuel on a different line. So Iowa State was the play earlier in the day. I played this one around noon, and Iowa State's still getting the money. So get this Iowa State line right now on NoVig. Iowa State -7.5, -102. Solid play. Oh, what is this? Some recent movement towards the over in this Pacers game. Pacers Knicks over 226 plus 107. It's a big move. I don't know if we're going to catch this one. Yeah, that one's gone quick. You got to be on the page refreshing to get that one. Over 226.5 plus 107. Best price is -113 now. We see Pinnacle dropping from plus 106 down to -113. So 19-cent movement there. Clear value on the over now. So this under chart's going to look like garbage. Yep. Money moving towards the over. Rockets, Spurs, Lakers. Money towards the under. All right, I think we might have them all. All right, I think that's going to do it for the stream. We hit a lot of good bets here. Next week we'll try to get all the owners on. I know our Tuesday stream is usually everyone, but everyone was kind of busy tonight. Adam or Sigma's been working on a lot of. Have I been paused the whole time? Is that why I'm missing bets? I don't think I was paused, but yeah, everyone's been busy tonight. So we'll try to get together next Tuesday, but I will be streaming again Thursday night, kind of doing the same thing here where we look through some bets. I don't know, maybe I'll have time to go on a stream tomorrow because there's going to be so many NBA games, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. All right, I will see you guys tomorrow or Thursday. Thanks for stopping in. Don't forget to join the free Sharp Money Discord if you're not a member of the Discord yet. All right. See you guys.